Hi, welcome back to Waxing On. Jazz today, we're looking at a singer. His music classified as jazz, blues, and Tin Pan Alley classics. A lot of tunes from the late 1800s, the early 1990s. It is a very unique individual who's created a whole style of music for himself. He was doing what nobody else was doing. It's the amazing Leon Redbone. Born in Cyprus, but hey, grew up in Toronto, man. Got to start playing the clubs in Toronto, coffee shops, Mariposa Folk Festival. I was there once, I believe it was, I'm going to say the mid-1970s, Mariposa Folk Festival being held out on Toronto Island. Great venue, ferry ride from downtown Toronto, just a great place to have a festival, and it was really an experience. Now, Leon Redbone has been around for quite a while. He got some early exposure in the beginning years of Saturday Night Live, which isn't surprising. I mean, being from Toronto, you know the tight connection between SNL and Toronto. Lorne Michaels, Howard Shore, Paul Schaefer, Dan Aykroyd, Gilda Radner. There was and Rosie Schuster, one of the writers. I mean, daughter of Frank Schuster, part of the Wayne and Schuster comedy team that, did a lot of specials back in the 70s. So no surprise that he had a connection with Toronto. And Leon came down and worked in a couple of episodes there in the early years. Now, a lot of you may not think you've heard of Leon Redbone, but if you've seen the movie Elf with Will Ferrell, Leon Redbone did some voice acting as well as did some singing in the movie. Now, you may remember as Elf is getting ready to leave the North Pole and head down to New York to look for his father, or Buddy the Elf. He's talking to Leon the Snowman. Well, Leon the Snowman is Leon Redbone. They even made the snowman look like Leon, the little goatee and mustache and, the fedora and glasses. But that's Leon doing the acting part. The singing part, now if you hung around for it, my wife and I, we go to the movies, we watch movies on TV, we always watch the end credits. I'll watch them right through to the end, because for me, I'm looking to see who some of the people that are the technical ones, who are that assistant, second and third assistant directors, who did the catering, who did the craft table, those kind of things, who did the casting. Those things interest me, so I'm watching it. But if you watch the movie Elf, once you get into the credits rolling, there's a great duet between Leon Redbone and Zooey Deschanel doing Baby It's Cold Outside. Now, in the movie, Will Ferrell and Zooey did the song, but the actual long version with Leon Redbone at the end, just excellent. It's really a great version. I've heard Zooey do one with her other band, She and Him, not nearly as powerful or as exciting or as interesting to listen to as the Leon Redbone version was. So yeah, Leon's done some things. You may not think you know of him, but you've probably heard him before. Now, the album I have, live from the Olympic Theater in Paris, released in, I believe it was 2005, yeah, recorded in 1992. So a while before it got released. Now, the cast on this, very small band he has with him. We've got Scott Black on cornet, Frank Vignola on guitar, Leon Redbone guitar, and vocals, and David Bodingas on piano. So a small group. He never worked with a large band that I was aware of. A lot of times in performances it would be a small group like this, or it might even just be him performing. Now, to give you some idea of the tunes, and again, you're not going to recognize any of these tunes as something you've heard on the radio probably. Nothing from the Hit Parade, if anybody knows what that phrase means now. But here's our set list, and it's a very long one. We start off with Sweet Mama, Papa's Getting Mad, She's My Gal, Up a Lazy River, Polly Wolly Doodle, Waiting on You, Marie, Big Time Woman, and then we have a break for a piano interlude. We come back with Diddy Wah Diddy, Whistle and Colonel, Ain't Misbehavin', the old Fats Waller tune, Goodbye Charlie Blues, Please Don't Talk About Me When I'm Gone. I mean, that's a great tune. He does a great version here. My original other greater version was Dean Martin's version of it, but I mean, Leon Redbone does an excellent version of it, and again, he makes it his own. Think of Me, Thinking of You, Sugar, Love Letters in the Sand, I'm Going Home, Play Gypsy Play, Gotta Shake That Thing, and So Relax. A few songs I recognized, some I didn't, all of them I enjoyed. He did a great job. He's got a great style. And it's funny, I talk about the style. There was a story from Mariposa when I was going through the Wikipedia just to get some information where Bob Dylan was talking about Leon Redbone. And I just got to read it off so I get the quote right. Leon's sound so authentic you can hear the surface noise of an old 78. Now, that's funny to people my generation. If you don't know what that means, I did an episode quite a while ago on different formats of albums. I'll just give you a quick backdrop. We'll go backwards from today, right? Digital downloads. Move a step back. Back again. We're going to start with streaming. Forgot about that, right? Steaming. Then we go back to digital downloads. We go back from digital downloads to CDs. We go from CDs back to cassettes, back to 8-tracks, back to the old big black albums, 33 1/3 albums. That meant that 33 1/3 revolutions per minute on that turntable while it was playing. At the same time, we had little ones called 45s. It was a single, song on each side, big hole in the center. You had to put an adapter in. 45s, they ran at 45 revolutions per minute. And before those, there was another album, fairly large, almost as big as the black vinyl albums, called 78s. Yes, and you got it, 78 revolutions per minute. Those things were just dangling around there. And they were more like a single because they had one song on each side. There wasn't a long playing album. That's how we got to LPs for albums, because they were long playing. There was like, an hour's worth of music, 30 minutes on each side. But yeah, so way back, and I don't know how many generations that was, we had what we called 78s. And this would have been way back into the pre-50s. And yes, sound quality, not what you're used to. Picture now if you're used to watching high definition on TV and you go back watching television with rabbit ears. That would be like our digital downloads or streaming back to the 78s. Anyways, that was the joke. His music was so authentic, it sounded, and you could hear that surface noise of the old 78s, the music from the 20s and 30s. Put out 18 albums during his career. A couple other things here. There was speculation on Redbone, and again, a lot of people hadn't heard of him, but some of them recognized the look. And if you saw him, yes, he had the mustache and the little goatee and that. And there was some speculation that maybe that was an alter ego for some other musicians. One in particular, Andy Kaufman, and the obvious one, Frank Zappa, right, from the look. But it turns out he outlived both of them, so no chance those were the guys. Leon Redbone is his own character. Although he has been compared to Zappa and Tom Waits, and I'll just give you another quote here, for the strength and strangeness of the persona. So he's in good company. He's somebody that a lot of musicians know. I can remember going in the record stores and seeing a lot of his albums. I never bought one. Again, those days there was only so much money to go around. With the money I was making, I pick up an album every 2 weeks maybe, so I had to kind of pick and choose. I was well aware of Leon Redbone. I just never had any of his until I got to the digital downloads, which again put his whole catalog available to me and allowed me to get music at a pretty reasonable rate. This one again, Rounder Records, 2005, live at the Olympia Theater in Paris. If you haven't heard him, check him out. We've got YouTube videos on there, certainly on the streaming networks. Hard copies are available. It's well worth your while. It's a unique style, all his own. He's doing something no one else was doing, and he was making a real career out of it. I know I missed seeing him a few years ago, just before he passed away. He was playing at a smaller theater in Ottawa. And again, he wasn't filling large stadiums, right? It was just small theaters he was playing in. But with the kind of music he plays and the way he performs, that smaller, intimate venue really worked well. So anyways, check him out, Leon Redbone. That's it for Jazz on Monday. Okay, see you on Wednesday. We're back with classic rock. Till then, everybody take care. Stay safe. Thanks for stopping by.